In Ghana, in Africa, we marry into a family. We don't marry individuals. So it is not about I am marrying him, I am marrying her. He or she is the person that I am with. So whatever whoever thinks doesn't matter, my dear. It's really, really, really matters. And when your partner's parents, uncles, and aunties says that this person, we do not want you to go on with him or her, that puts your partner in a very tight corner because the last thing you would want to do is to marry into a family that you are not needed. And then the last thing your partner also wants to do is to marry someone that the family doesn't like. And so, my dear, first impressions really count. And I believe that when you meet someone, the first 30 seconds, you make a lasting impression. And if that impression is wrong, it is going to take more than the 30 seconds to correct that impression. So, you want to be talking about what to do or what not to do when you are meeting your in laws for the first time. And by in-laws, I mean that your partner's parents, his uncles, his aunties. There are some uncles and aunties who have major say in your partner's life. And so if you are interested, kindly stick with me. Let's do this. Hello, beautiful people. I welcome you back to my channel. This is Ekia Nyami and this is my YouTube channel. I'm so excited you are here with me. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much. If this is the first time you are coming across my video, hello. I really wish that you would be a returning viewer and you be part of the community because on this page, we learn about life, love, dating, marriage, relationship. In fact, we learn about everything. So please be part of the community. So let's get right into it. When you are going to meet your in-laws for the first time, the first thing you'd have to do is to do your research. Ask questions. Ask your partner. Ask other family members that you already know. It can be his siblings, his cousins. Ask questions. How are they like? What is their temperament? Are they extremely religious? Are they easygoing? Are there things that they take really important? Are there things that they take, oh, this is normal? How are they? My dear, knowledge is power. And so what you know about them will inform you what to do, what not to do, some of the things that you really you have to pay attention to, and some of the things that you don't pay attention to. Because you are going to meet these people who are coming from different generations from yours. And so there are things that you would see to be, oh, this is normal, but to them it might not be normal. And you would only know when you ask. So don't assume. Don't see them as from the lens of your parents. Your parents might be totally different from them. So please ask questions. Be well informed before you decide to go. The next thing I have on my list is that where are you going to meet them and what is the occasion? Is it your place? Is it their place? Is it your partner's place? Is it on a public ground? Is it at a dinner outside their home? What is the occasion? Is it a family gathering? Is it maybe a Christmas party? Is it that they have a funeral in their home and your partner thinks, oh, at this particular funeral, almost all my family members are going to be there. And so I want you to come around so that I introduce you to them. Is it his brother's or his sister's graduation? What is the occasion? For instance, if the occasion is a funeral in an Ashanti scenario, and then you decide to go in a jeans and a t-shirt, my dear, that is out of place. And so consider where you are meeting them and consider what the occasion is. The next thing is your dressing. I said it. We are coming from different generations. And so something that is so important to you might be different for them. And so look at how you dress. If you are the type that loves nails, I would recommend that, especially to my females, at this point, you don't put on nails. Even if you decide to put on nails, be sure that the mother-in-law, the auntie you are going to meet, they love those things. That is where you need to ask the questions. As much as possible, dress decently and something that will make you feel comfortable. Do not overdress, do not underdress. If you're a guy, have a very decent haircut. If you're a lady, have a very decent hairstyle. A lady contacted me and she was like, she has done her locks, she has locked her hair. She's going to meet her in-laws and she doesn't know whether she has to wear wig or go with her locked hair. And I asked, how many days are you going to spend? She says 2 days. I said, so when you are going to sleep, are you going to wear wig? So she said, yeah, auntie, you said it too. One thing that you have to know is that, my dear, you will be judged based on how you dress. And so be decent. If you are the makeup type, I would really recommend that you don't put on makeup. I'm not saying that you have to pretend, no, but at this time, be as natural as you can. If after that, on different occasions, you realize that, oh, these people do not really bother or do not really care about those things, then you decide to go into it. But even that, my dear, please dress very decent. If you're a female, I would recommend that you have a very decent African wear, maybe a straight dress or something with a very flat or low slippers or sandals, something that will make you look smart, that will make you look decent. And if you're a guy, you know how to just put it together. Okay, be nice, be don't give them something to discuss after you've gone. And even if you they will have something to discuss after you've gone, I'm not sure it should be about your dressing. The next point I have here is that please bring something with you. I mean, in the form of a gift, and pay compliments when need be. So I wouldn't recommend that you go there empty-handed. And I am not saying that go and empty your account with a very expensive gift. No, you can go with a bottle of wine. That is if your in-law, the male one, takes in alcohol. Or you can go with a fruit juice. You can go with a basket of fruits and vegetables. Know what they want. You can do a very simple hamper, but do not go empty-handed, because whatever being the case, as you are going to be served, you are going to eat, you are going to drink. And so, oh mommy, this is something that I brought from you. Oh, this is something that you can go with a can of drinks, one can of malt, or whatever. And then the occasion also will also inform you some of the things that you can go with. So for instance, if it is a funeral, you can go with a can of drinks with maybe a pack of bottled water and tell them, oh, I brought something so that you can serve your visitors with. It is very nice, not so much expensive. I'm not sure you have to spend more than 100 depending on your pocket, but don't overdo it, and then don't go empty handed. Maybe a perfume, an accessory, something that you think they'll be happy with, and then give compliments. I'm not saying go and give fake compliments. Oh, but mommy, I like your hair. Mommy, you look nice. Oh, mommy, you've kept yourself well. Something, but don't go and then be. Please go with a gift and give compliments. And then the next thing I want to talk about is go with your manners, my dear. Be time conscious. The time that they've set for you, the time that your partner has set for you, be time conscious. And then when you get there, how you greet. I don't know what culture you are watching this, but in your culture, in the man's culture, how they greet that way. Don't get hello everyone, hi. Most of the times, especially our generation, when we go to a place and then elders are sitting there, we don't know how to greet them. You can say pamucho, when you from pamucho, me mama chiun, me pamucho, me mama jo, depending on what language you speak. And then if you're a lady, I would recommend that you bend your knee. If you're a guy, I would recommend that you bend your head. Gone were the days when they taught us that when you are greeting, you put your hand in your together like this, and then you put it here and then you do this. We've stopped doing all those things. And a guy, most of initially you were doing this, you stopped all those things, but then at least greet in a very respectful manner. Go with your manners, and then please be respectful with the choice of words, with what you say, with your facial expression, how you say it, and then let it be more of what they like and less of what you want. That is not the place you are going to say, I have my right. Yeah, no. Do not pass comments when you are not asked to. When there is a conversation and they ask you a question, you answer it as simple as possible. When I was growing up, I was taught that when even your parents get visitors, you being the child, you walk out of the room. When they are having discussions that you think that it is a family discussion, that your comments will not really be needed, and it doesn't really have to do with you. Excuse them, maybe to the washroom or something, and then give them that space. And please do not over ask questions, and do not over talk, and do not overeat on the dining table when you are served food as much as possible. If you want to eat all, left for me alone, you will leave something small in the plate. But there are houses that they will tell you, in this house we don't eat, and then we don't eat and leave some. So me, preferably in my house, when I'm serving food, I'll ask you, is it okay? Because I don't want you to eat and then you leave some in the plate. If that is a situation, that is okay. But then if not, don't eat all. Don't go and crack bones. Don't go, please go with your manners. And then if you're a female watching this, if after everything, I wouldn't recommend that you just stand up from the dining table and go. If possible, pick your plate and send it to the kitchen. If your mother-in-law, your auntie-in-law, your sister-in-law says, oh, please don't worry, let me do it, that is okay. If you're a man on the dining table, manners, there are dining table manners. You don't eat when you are done and they are still there. You decide to get up and leave them there. No, you don't do that. So please do not forget your manners. And then the next point I have is that offer help if need be. Everything that you would do in your parents' house, if need be, do it. If you're a female, when you wake up and you see that your mother-in-law is sweeping, as much as possible, offer to help. If she tells you, oh, okay, don't worry, that is okay. If you're a male, you see that your father-in-law is washing his car, is doing some cleaning in the house, and you are at the hall with a remote. No, don't do that. Offer to help. If he tells you, oh, don't worry, you're a visitor, rest, that is okay. And they are even supposed to know that you were a visitor. So there are other things that they have to do before you come in. But if they don't do it, if she's in the kitchen cooking, if you're a female, offer help. Some mother-in-laws will intentionally ask you to do things. If they ask you to do something that you are not so comfortable with, politely tell them, mommy, please, I'm sorry, but don't let it look as if you don't want to. For instance, they ask you to prepare palm nut soup. You know that you don't know how to prepare palm nut soup. Find an excuse. If you would have to tell them that you are instantly having menstrual cramps, pretend. And then don't go and disgrace yourself, please. The next thing is that please do not overpromise. Oh, mommy, I realized I didn't have a washing machine. Next time when I'm coming, I'll buy you a washing machine. Oh, daddy, I think your car you have a problem with your battery. Don't worry, I'll buy your battery. Do not go over and overpromise. Please, if possible, do not promise. In fact, if you observe something, keep it to yourself. When you go, it is better you surprise them. Tell your partner, oh, when I went, I realized that your mother was washing with her hands. Don't you think we should give her a washing machine at an occasion? If you can afford, it is not by force. You can decide to help, but do not overpromise. The next thing that I have here is that please treat your partner with respect in front of them. This lady spoke to me. Even her, in her case, she was even already married. She said when she married her husband, they were so good friends. So they could talk about everything, they could share jokes, they could laugh together. They do almost everything together. They cook together, they watch together, they eat together. The husband doesn't even want to be served on the table. And so she gave birth and her mother-in-law decided to visit her. And when this woman came, this lady still continued to do everything that she was doing with her husband. And her husband was a man of God. And so this woman will pass a comment like, oh, your suffer, don't do that. Or suffer did you form, or suffer no or suffer kitchen, or suffer don't do this, don't do that. And this woman started calling her other children to inform them, come and look at your brother, how he's being treated here. And this thing really, really, really caused her a problem in her marriage. So you that you are not yet married, when you visit them, you see that then you hate your partner. Those pet names you used to call yourself. Sometimes you are foolish. Yes, please, not there. Don't do that. You are at the hall. You are watching a movie or something. You want to put your head on his lap. Don't do that. Please respect your partner in front of your in-laws. And then the next thing is that please maintain a positive mood. Be cheerful, be happy, be excited. Don't go and be angry. Don't go and be so bitter. Someone does something to you. You are so angry. No, as much as possible, shall hustle. When you leave the place, how many days? I'm not sure you are going to spend more than a day or two. When you leave the place, when you have any complaint, even that, you know how to communicate it to your partner. But if possible, please maintain a positive mood. And if you are the shy type, work on your shyness before you go there. And then when your in-laws are talking to you and you are doing this, oh no, be confident. Please be bold, but do not be over bold. Ask questions when you have to, contribute when you have to, work on your shyness, and then relax. Don't feel so tensed up. I said, please. You don't want to be doing that. The next thing that I have here is that please don't be all over your phone. Phones are really becoming a distractions to us. This is my generation. Your in-laws are talking to you and you are all over. Okay, mommy, yes. Oh, okay, mommy. Mommy, please, what did he say? No, you don't want to be doing that, my dear. Please put your phone somewhere for the time being. When you finish and you attend to it, all the missed calls and other things you can call back. You can respond to the messages. You can watch all your social media platforms when you are out there. You don't want them to be thinking that, hey, just hold your phone in Kwan. No, that is the last thing you want them to think about. And then the next thing I have here is that maintain your composure. I mean, that brings me back to my point. Don't be so angry. Don't be so bitter. If they show any kind of disrespect to you, know how to address it. Know how to behave towards it. If possible, if you have to keep calm as much as possible, do it. And then when you finish, when you leave the place, you can have the discussion with your partner. These are things that I think you need to consider when visiting your in-laws. If there's anything that I didn't talk about, please put in the comment section for me. And if you have any question, do not hesitate to ask me, and I'll try as much as possible to answer it. Don't forget, you are marrying into a family, you are not marrying an individual, and first impressions count. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that, and I'll definitely see you in the next video. Yamin Karaho.